Most people think money stress happens because they made a few bad choices, or because they just need to budget harder. But if you've ever felt a wave of relief when your paycheck hits, and then felt that relief evaporate 2 days later, that pattern is not random. You can be doing fine on paper and still feel behind in your body. Rent is covered, the car payment is on auto-pay, you're working full-time, and yet there's this quiet dread that you're one mistake away from falling. By the end of this, you'll see why that feeling is so common and how to step out of the loop without pretending the world is cheaper than it is. Let's name the thing: low-grade financial anxiety, mixed with perpetual aspiration. This is not the same as real hardship, and it's not a denial of anyone who can't cover basics. This is about the person with a decent income who still can't relax, because decent never feels secure for long. The contradiction is that modern economies don't need you broke. They need you uncertain. If you're unsure whether you're safe, you keep moving, you keep upgrading, and you keep saying yes to trade-offs you wouldn't accept if you felt steady. Here's the psychology engine, and it runs like a thermostat that keeps getting recalibrated. You want something? You compare yourself to people who seem to have it. You feel inadequate, and then you buy or overwork to close the gap. The purchase or the promotion gives temporary relief, like turning the heat on for a minute, but your brain adapts fast. That's hedonic adaptation. The new thing becomes normal, and normal stops feeling like a win. Then the goalposts move again, partly because your attention shifts, and partly because someone gets paid when they do. Social comparison turns that thermostat into a treadmill. Your well-being is not only about what you have, it's about what you have relative to the people you see, work with, or follow online. That's why someone can earn more than their parents ever did and still feel poor around richer peers. Status goods make us rational in a social marketplace. The car, the watch, the neighborhood, the wedding, the vacation photos. Those things signal competence and stability, which can affect how you're treated, who hires you, and who takes you seriously. When the social reward is real, the spending doesn't feel like vanity. It feels like risk management. Now zoom out to the economic engine. Consumer economies run on continuous spending because growth is the scoreboard. GDP is basically the total value of goods and services sold. So more buying looks like a healthier economy. Businesses don't just sell products, they sell identities, slicing your personality into categories you can purchase. The minimalist setup, the high-performer supplements, the adulting kitchen, the travel lifestyle. Planned obsolescence doesn't have to mean a phone self-destructs. It can mean the camera gets good enough. Then social norms jump to better than good enough. If everyone woke up tomorrow and genuinely felt enough, entire sectors built on upgrades, trends, and impulse relief would shrink. Financial anxiety also changes how you work, and this is where the incentives get quiet. Fear of bills, instability, or falling behind increases labor supply. More hours, fewer risks, fewer quits, weaker negotiation. There's a precarity premium where people accept worse conditions when they feel one emergency away from disaster, even if the job is draining. For decades in many countries, productivity rose faster than wages for a lot of workers, which means more output didn't automatically translate into more security. Picture someone with student loans and a credit card balance, staying in a job they hate because the health insurance is tied to it, and missing one paycheck would start a chain reaction. That isn't laziness. That's a rational response to a system that prices stability as a luxury add-on. Credit is the emotional lubricant that turns anxiety into immediate action, and then locks future labor in place. Revolving credit cards and buy now, pay later let you pull relief forward in time, while pushing pain onto your future paycheck. The purchase feels like control today, and the interest becomes a quiet tax on tomorrow. Then the attention economy pours gasoline on the same loop. Algorithms reward content that triggers comparison, urgency, and hustle panic because it keeps you watching. A feed full of upgrades, day-in-the-life spending, and financial hot takes can make normal life feel like failure. Anxiety is a fuel, expensive for you, profitable for the system. Quick myth versus reality, because this is where people get stuck. Myth: if you feel anxious, you must be irresponsible. Reality: Many responsible people feel anxious because insecurity is baked into the incentives. Myth: motivation and pressure are the same. Reality: motivation has an off switch when you've done enough. Pressure doesn't. Myth: buying nicer things will make you feel caught up. Reality: your brain updates the baseline and asks for the next thing. Myth: the problem is one bad habit. Reality: the loop is aspiration, comparison, inadequacy, purchase or overwork. Relief: new baseline, repeat. No secret cabal is required. Businesses want repeat customers, platforms want engagement, employers want compliance, lenders want interest, and governments like growth metrics and tax revenue. Breaking the spell starts with building counter-incentives, because willpower is weak against a machine that runs all day. Define enough with numbers, your monthly burn rate plus a safety buffer that would let you breathe if something breaks, and treat that as a finish line for the basics. Build optionality over status by lowering fixed costs, cutting subscriptions you don't miss, and aiming for an emergency fund that buys time, not perfection. Put friction between emotion and spending with a 24-hour rule and an identity check. What feeling is this purchase trying to fix, and will it still matter next month? Automate saving or investing so your future gets paid before your mood gets a vote, and curate your inputs by unfollowing accounts that monetize your insecurity. Talk about money with one trusted person to puncture shame, and build bargaining power with skills, negotiation practice, or a job move that raises your floor without turning your life into a constant hustle. Here's the clean summary. The economy runs smoother when you feel behind, but your life runs better when you don't. It don't need you broke, it needs you unsure, because uncertainty keeps you spending for relief and working for safety. Once you see the wiring, you can stop treating every anxious thought like a personal diagnosis and start treating it like a signal you can manage. This week, notice one trigger that reliably makes you feel financially late to your own life. A scroll, a friend's upgrade, a milestone you think you should have hit. Then try one counter-incentive that directly interrupts that trigger, and watch how fast your nervous system learns that you're allowed to be steady.